Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Ifeoluwa. So I did a little recap on the history of the Bible. Now I will be breaking down the Bible. Breaking down the Bible. Generally, what I created this video for at first. I want to break down the Bible because many nominal Christians don't understand how to open to the books. They don't understand what the book is all about. They don't understand the structure, the statistics, and the survey of the Bible. And many can waste their time with searching. Now, the Bible. In the Bible, there are 66 books in the Bible. 66 books. There are 66 books in the Bible. The Bible we carry about. Now, we all know there are 66 books. Which starts from what? Genesis. Genesis. And ends at what? Revelation. Revelation. Starts from Genesis and ends at what? Revelation. Now, I would like to tell us, the Bible is broken down by theologians to make it easier for everyone to understand. It's broken down. Now we have 66 books. It is broken down into what? Old Testament and the what? The New Testament. The Old Testament and the what? The New Testament. Why it is called the Old Testament and the New Testament? It's just a small thing, just a simple fact, just what? The covenants. They believe these are the covenants of the old, which God had with them. Now, these are the covenants of the new, which God had with us all afterwards, after Christ came and died for all our sins. Now, the Old Testament and the what's the New Testament. Let's work on the Old Testament very, very fast. Please, I want us all to understand this, to make it very, very much more easier. Now, the Old Testament. The Old Testament. The Old Testament. From the 66 books in the Bible. Now, the Old Testament, there are what? 39 books in the Old Testament. There are 39 books. This is what the Bible survey and what statistics. Bible survey and what statistics. Now, there are 39 books in the what? Old Testament. There are 39 books in the Old Testament. The Old Testament. The Old Testament. Pardon me for my writings. The Old Testament. Now, the Old Testament. We have what? 39 books. There are 39 books in the Old Testament. These 39 books are split. The 39 books are split into what? 4 categories. 4 categories. The 39 books are split into what? 4 categories. 4 categories. Firstly, we have what? The books. The books of beginning. The books of beginning. Slash. We all know they are split into what? 4 categories. Let me make it here. Not to obstruct what we are about to do down here. Slash what? The books of Moses. Slash what? Pentateuch. This is the first. You can rather call it the books of beginning, the books of Moses, or the what? Pentateuch. In these books, in this category, here are the categories I'm breaking down. In this category, we have what? We have 5 books. In this category, we have 5 books. Now, in the second category, we have the what? The historical books. The historical books. The historical books. In this category of the historical books, we have 12 books. We have what? 12 books. And the next category, we have what? The poetic book. The poetic books. Which are what? 5. The poetic books. Which are what? 5. And the last category, please listen. The last category, we have what? We have that which is what? The prophetic books. Prophetic books. Which is what? 17. But observe one thing, please. Please, viewers. Observe something. In the prophetic books, which are what? 17. We have this prophetic book is divided into two. We have what? We have the major prophet, and the what? And we have the what? Minor prophet. The major prophet and the minor prophet. They are called, all prophets are prophets. All prophets are prophets. They are all messengers of God. They receive from God. They give us revelations which we are living on currently in the world. But what makes the difference is what? That the major prophets revealed a lot about God. A lot about God. And the minor prophets also received. They received a lot also, but few. Yes. Here's just the difference. Some received a lot, just like in the minor prophet and the major prophet. Now, in the major prophet, they receive a lot about God, about his dwelling place, about his throne, which not from the what? From the minor prophet. That's what makes the difference. Now, here is what we should observe. The major prophets. We have just 5 books. 5 books under the major prophets. 5 books. And what? And we have 4 authors. Just 4 authors. 5 books and what? 4 authors. We have Isaiah. Don't worry, we'll be talking more about that later in this video. We have 5 books and what? 4 authors. And in the minor prophets, we have just what? 12 books. And what? 12 authors. Don't worry, why there are 5 books here and 4 authors, and why there are 12 books and 12 authors, don't worry, we'll talk about that later. That should be later in the video. Now we see that these are what? Subdivided into 2. Now, the books of Moses. We have just 5 books here. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and what's Deuteronomy? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and what's Deuteronomy? Genesis is the what? The book. Genesis, from the word Genesis, which means what? Beginning. Beginning, from the word Genesis, which means what? Beginning. Exodus means what? Movement. Leviticus, the books of law. Numbers, about their movement. M-O-V-M-E-N-T, movements and what? Acts. Their acts in the wilderness. Deuteronomy, this is the last book of what? Moses. Now, Genesis, the books of beginning. We have just 50 chapters here. There are 50 chapters. I said I will be running a survey on the Bible, and I will be making little statistics to save our time. We have just 50 chapters here. Exodus, we have 40 chapters here. Pentecost is law. We have 27 chapters here. Numbers, we have 36 chapters. And Deuteronomy, we have 34 chapters. The book of what? Deuteronomy. Now, that's that for the books of beginning. Very, very fast viewers. I'm sorry for wasting our time. Now, let's move to the next book. The next book, which is what? The historical book. The historical books. In the historical books, there was just 12 books. Which starts from what? Joshua, Judges, First Samuel, Second Samuel. Pardon my writing, please. First Kings, Second Kings, First Chronicles, Second Chronicles. Oh, sorry, I missed something here. There's Ruth here. Sorry for that. Second Chronicles. We have what's it called? After that, we have Ezra. We have Nehemiah. N-I-A-H. And we have what? Esther. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. We have just what? 12 books. Now the book of Joshua. After what? After what's it called? The book of what? Deuteronomy. Moses what? Gave it on to what? Joshua. We have judges. The Israelites always fucking up, always missing their steps, and what God would send them into exile. He will appoint to them judges. They appoint to them judges. We have Samson, we have the like of Deborah, we have Barak and others. Those are what to cover in the book of what? Judges. We have Ruth, the book of Ruth. We all know about the story of Ruth and Naomi. We have First Samuel. This was when the Israelites were tired of what? The judges. You know, God appoints judges unto them, but they said they are tired of the judges, they need a king. Now they cry to God and God will give them Saul. That we can cover the story of Saul, David, and also Second Samuel, the story of David. First King will cover mostly the story of Elijah. Second King we have the story of what? Elisha. First Chronicles, Second Chronicles about what? The kings of Israel. We have Ezra, coming back to what? Jerusalem. We have Nehemiah. We have what? Esther. We know the book of Esther, but let's know this funny fact from the book of Esther. I would like just to add that. Do you know throughout the book, the whole 12 chapters of Esther, the name God was never mentioned throughout the chapters of Esther. That's just a funny fact. To save our time, yes. Now that is that for the what? The historical books. Those are the books under what? The historical book. Under the historical book, remember we have what? Under the historical book, we have what? Joshua, Judges. We have Ruth, we have First Samuel, we have Second Samuel, we have First Kings, Second Kings, First Chronicles, Second Chronicle. We have our what's it called? Ezra, Nehemiah, and what? Esther. Now, moving to the next book, the poetic book. The poetic books. From the word poem. We have what? The poetic books. Now we have just 5 books under the poetic books. 5 books under the poetic books. The 5 books now, they aren't us. The 5 books, we have what? Job. We all know about the story of Job. We have that of Psalm. We have Proverbs. We have Ecclesiastes. We have what's it called? And we have Songs of Solomon. These are the 5 books under the poetic book. Job, running about 42 chapters, Psalm running 150 chapters, Proverbs running about 31 chapters, Ecclesiastes running 12 chapters, and Songs of Solomon running 8 chapters. That's that under the poetic books. Now we deal with 3 aspects under the categories of the Old Testament. Now is that for the prophetic book, which is the last book. Prophetic books. I told you earlier, I said these are subdivided into 2, which are what? The major and the what? Minor. Minor what? Prophet. The major and the what? Minor prophets. Now, let's work on the what? The major prophets. The major prophets. Now, we have Isaiah. We have what? Jeremiah. We have Isaiah, Jeremiah. We have Lamentation. We have what's it called? Ezekiel. Daniel. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 books under what? The major prophets. Now, I said something earlier. I said there are 5 books under the major prophet, but we have what? 4 authors. Just because what? Jeremiah, which is known as the weeping prophet, wrote Lamentation. This is just 2 books written by 1 author. So that's why we have just what? 4 authors. And what? 5 books. 4 authors and what? 5 books. Isaiah, a lot of revelation. We have 66 books in Isaiah. Jeremiah, we have 52 books in Jeremiah. Lamentation, we have just 5 books in Lamentation. Ezekiel, we have 48 books in Ezekiel. And that of Daniel, we have 12 books in Daniel. And that's the start for the major prophets. Now we have the minor prophets. The minor prophets. Under the minor prophets, we said there are what? 12 books. There are 12 books under the minor prophets. Which first one what? Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, we have Micah, Haggai. We have Haggai. We have Zechariah. We have what? Malachi. Malachi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Hosea, we have about 14 chapters in the book of Hosea. Joel. Joel should run 3 chapters. Amos should run 9 chapters. Obadiah just run. Jonah just 4. 3. Nahum runs 3. Habakkuk runs 3. Zephaniah runs 3. Haggai runs 2. Zechariah runs 14. Malachi runs 4. Later. So that's the order the minor prophets. So altogether, like we said earlier, we said the books of what? The beginning. The books of Moses. The books of beginning, the book of Moses, the historical book, the poetic book, and what? Prophetic book, the Old Testament. These are the 4 categories. I would like to do a quick recap on that, which is what? On the what 4 categories. What? The first book is the what? The books of Moses. Books of Moses. The books of Moses. The second should be what? The books of history. The books of history. So the third should be what? The poetic. The poetic books. The fourth, which is the last category, we have the what? Prophetic. The prophetic books. These are the things we have under, and I said this has just what? 5 chapters. The books of history has just 12 chapters. The has just 12 books under, not chapters, sorry, 12 books. The prophetic book has what? 5 books, and the poetic book has 5 books. The prophetic book has what? 17 books. 17 books, which are divided into 2 minor and major prophets. The minor and the what? Major prophet. The minor prophet with 12 books and the major prophet with what? 5 books. Here is that for the what? For the Old Testament. We will see on the next video.